Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and this is the VB-10 Tier 7 French Heavy Fighter. This sports a set of counter-rotating props, actually has two engines, one nestled in the front and another one behind the cockpit, and I kind of consider this like my Super Mustang, which sounds a little bit silly considering the fact that this has not the best altitude performance and not the best speed characteristics, but if you look at the thing from the side, it's like they took a Mustang and then they cut it right behind the cockpit, added a whole other engine and a bigger tail to it, and you even see the same type of an oil cooler underneath, and it still sports 6 50 cal machine guns, but it also combines that with another 4 20mm Hispano cannons. So this thing absolutely spits hate at every aircraft it comes across, and while it isn't very fast for a heavy, it's considered pretty maneuverable. And absolutely wrecked that aircraft. The nice thing about having the combination of 50 cal machine guns and cannons is that the cannons will do the lion's share of the work, but the 50s will light or cripple aircraft. Light aircraft on fire or cripple them. So hopefully we can get a turn on this guy. Here we go, captured the zone. Let's head for the middle and try and help out. The altitude performance isn't stellar, but bear in mind that we are at Tier 7, so being up around 5,000 feet isn't too shabby. We see this Doe 217 up here. We're going to go ahead and climb up above our altitude performance and start putting the hate on him. Make sure that you're hitting with the cannons if you guys are using this aircraft, because you'll get what I call false hit indicators with the 50 cals. The 50 cals will make that sound like, oh, we're hitting them. And you are, just not with the right guns. Into the cloud, towards the ground. Whoa, jeez. That was close. Let's go ahead and fly like a heavy, up and over. P-51, what do you got for me, buddy? I think we heard him. Didn't kill him. Lit that aircraft on fire. We slowed the enemy's progress. We haven't killed him yet. That's the P-51 on me, but we definitely have a lot of ponies in this thing with two engines. Going ahead. Go ahead. And getting the speed, but it's not just him. It looks like we also had a P-47, which is also a very quick aircraft, so the fact that he was catching up to me, that means a lot. The one aircraft has been taken out, that's good, and we do have a friendly over here who probably needs our help. Oh no, he's gone. Get the kills in where you can. Whew. Solid fight, solid fight. We are flying a lot lower than you would think I should be flying in a heavy fighter, but like I said, the altitude performance isn't that great in this aircraft, so we're just doing what we can with what we have. J4M, probably not something I want to be dueling with, but if I can get those guns on target. Ooh. And then we find the Focke-Wulf 190D. For those of you who don't have the Focke-Wulf 190D, it sports a set of Mark 108 30mm cannons, so quite the robust piece of machinery. All in all, not a bad performance. We're still pretty high on the score list. Unfortunately, though, we are not in the battle right now, so let's go ahead and get some altitude, maybe isolate our targets a little bit better, and see how we can do against these enemies. Oof. Got him. Let's head back to the mid and give our team a hand. I would love to go and get vengeance on that Focke-Wulf, but I'm pretty sure Pete should be able to handle that in a Spitfire. Alright, what are you? So low health BF 109. Boom and zoom. Get out of here. Really, boys? You gonna chase me all over the map? Hello, friend. Ooh. I left Pete to his own devices, and apparently he lost against those two over at the airbase. We'll have to come back and try and defend that site. We're ahead on points, but we won't be once that base ticks down. If we can flip it before then, awesome, but chances are not high for that. There we go. We're avoiding those false hit indicators. This aircraft is pretty good at going after other heavies. This is squall line, so when I kill this guy, he'll be gone for good. Got him. That kept the zone. Whew. We gotta get that medal. Nice. Nice. Remember me? You can tell with a 26, you can hear that. Instead of a tick, it's making more of a thunk noise. Yeah, so I got this for one of the Santa bags. It was a really great return on investment. I was quite surprised.
Victory is in sight.
Yeah, we can hold the site. We're good. They're kind of low on players right now. We're trying to help pilot out here. Always help your teammate out if you can. He's gone, and geez, there's that 51 or that Focke-Wulf 190D. We wanted vengeance earlier and we waited, but here we go. Vengeance is ours. There we go.
Great job today.
Whew.
We'll be waiting for you.
Solid performance. We made a mistake there trying to flip around on that other aircraft that was chasing us. I could have just kept going and dragged him across the entire battlefield. Instead, I got antsy. I wanted to nose around on him. It looked like he was willing to ram me, and I thought I could have taken him, but apparently we both survived because he's a very beefy multi-role fighter, and I paid for it in the end. But again, a very strong performer. When you get those guns to hit, I fly it as though it only has 20s, and those 650 cals, they're just like an added bonus. So made a ton of experience on this, which actually gave us another skill point over here. I did go for marksman on this one because all the guns are mounted in the wings, so might as well try and get the best oomph out of it that we can. That actually helped us a little bit on trying to get through this landing gear stage, because we got quite a few points on for this one, and we also made a decent amount of credits. This was 161,000 return. If we were running non-premium, it would be 100,000, but you can see the substantial difference between even tier 7 and tier 8, because a tier 8 having the same match probably would have netted around 220 to 250,000 credits. So for those of you who are kind of wondering if it's worth getting I'll get a 7 and then I'll get a 4 or a 5, tier 5, and that way I got a nice smattering of premiums. Well, that might work for you based on who you're playing with, and you have a lot of friends in tier 5s and 7s. A tier 8 is always going to have the best return on investment when it comes to credit gain, but that's really up to you whether or not you want to go for it. But here's my aircraft. The way I have it kitted out, I am opting for boosting up that engine power, trying to increase the accuracy and range on the guns, and essentially the rest is all pretty standard. And like I said in one of my last videos here, is I'm going for fire resistance whenever I can. It really makes it easier, so that way you don't need to worry as much about equipping this upgraded engine and not having a fire extinguisher or this inert exhaust system, so you can just hammer down on just making sure you're putting in what you want to put into the aircraft. But all in all, a pretty solid performer, and I really do enjoy it. Lots and lots of DACA on this. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one.